Hello everybody, my name is Sadhana Shankar and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my journey of writing this book Ascendance, which was published by Rupa in April of 2018. When I look at what's written at the author's page introduction on the back flap of the book, it says, Sadhana Shankar is an Indian author, blogger and civil servant. It kind of amuses me a little bit because I've been a civil servant for more than 30 years and a writer, or at least a committed writer for only about half of it, a little more than half of it. But it gave me immense pleasure to be first described as an author rather than first as a civil servant. Because since I've taken up writing as a passion and as a focused hobby, I've realized that it gives me immense joy and it's something that really elevates me. When I wrote my first book in 2010, titled Never a Disconnect, it was kind of autobiographical. It dealt with the challenges of urban Indian women, which I think most first books, fiction debuts tend to be. At least that's my experience. In one of the functions, somebody had asked me, what's going to be your next book? Then way back in 2010 itself, I had said that my next work is going to be science fiction and its primary theme is going to be about gender relations. Writing Ascendance has been a very long journey for me. It took me about 5 years to write the manuscript and then 3 years to get it in this shape for readers. And I think the seed for Ascendance came along the way. There was no one bright spark that one day I said, okay, I'll write something about this. Because as a woman growing up in India, studying here, working here for a long time, and also observing and getting to know about all the technological changes that were taking place, it really made me wonder that as and when, and I do believe that it will happen, when reproduction does move out of the human body, and the dependence between men and women withers away, and it's not dependent on the woman's body either. How that would change human life, and specifically how that would impact relations between the two genders. The other thing that has always fascinated me was, why every culture, every faith, every belief, really, there's such an eternal quest for immortality in human beings. I meshed these two together in the story of Ascendance. It's set on another planet, in a way distant future, thousands of years later, where the conflict and the action is not between some aliens who come and threaten humanity, but between the two species that migrated from Earth, men and women. And I tried to write it at two levels. You can read it simply as a whodunit, because the inhabitants of Elon are nearly immortal. They live very long lives. When there's a death on the woman's side, the novel kind of traces the journey of who killed Sini. You can also read Ascendance in the philosophical manner. It has thoughts that will knock at your mind, make you think, and you can read it at both levels, or if you want, you can read it at either level. For me, it was a tiring journey. I researched a lot since it was all in my imagination. I used to spend hours thinking how I'll take the story forward, what should be the world like, where they live, and tiring, but very immersive and a complete engagement. For the 5 years when I was writing the first draft of the manuscript, other than my work, the rest of the time is really taken up for writing this book. And at the end of the day, whichever way you pick up Ascendance, as a whodunit or as a literary science fiction, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and I really hope you do. Thank you so much.